Okay, in the computer programming, if we want to store some information to be references and manipulated, we will call the information stored as a variable. In variable, there have many types of it, such as int is store of integer 1, 2, and 3. Character used to store a character A, B, or C. Boolean used to store the true or false. And float used to store a number that contains of decimal parts. 1.2, 1.3, or 1.5, and others. But I will introduce you only basic types of variables that are integers and characters. First, int. Int variable used to store the integer numbers positive, negative, 0 that without decimal part, and the size of int is 4 bytes. Next is char. Char variable used to store characters, but only single characters, such as character A, character B, character C. And the size of char is 1 byte. But if you want to store the data of words or sentences, how can we do it? The answer is in the next topic, array. Array is a fixed size collection of similar data items stored in contiguous memory locations. It can be used to store the collection of primitive data types such as int, char, float, and others. We can change the data in an array, but can't change the size because array is a fixed size collection, right? So the size, it can't be changed from the first that you assign it. How can we access first, second, or last element of the array? Remember it? I say that we can change the data, but how can we access if we want to change or manipulate them? Okay, we use index to access any element of an array. We usually use I to represent it. And we starting count the index with 0 to the last element. Size of array -1 because we're starting with 0 and we count 0, 1, 2, 3 to the last. Okay, we will go next to the exercise. What is an index number of 5? Do you remember? The index of array is starting from what? Okay, it is starting from 0. Okay, let's start to count it. 1 is index 0, 2 is in index 1, 3 is in index 2, and 5 is in index of 3. Okay. Types of array. There are many types of arrays. For example, array of int, array of char. First one is array of int, which is an array that the data is integer. The data in array is the same type of variable. If we create the array of integers or elements of this array is integers. So okay. The second is array of char, which is we usually call it string. It's an array that we use to allocate the characters. Go to the next exercise. What is the type of this array? Okay, array X consists of int, so it's called array of int. And array B and C contains of char, so they are array of the character, or we call it string.
Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, memory. The memory of an array is counted as a byte of the data type times the number of elements in an array. In this case, there are 4 elements in an array, and each of them is an integer. Integers takes 4 bytes, so the space consumed will be 4 bytes times 4 elements will be equals to 16 bytes consumed. So I give you an exercise. If I have 4 variables, which will be the end address? So there are 2 character types and 2 integers type. Character takes 1 byte each and integers takes 4 bytes each. There are 2 characters, which will be 2 bytes, and 2 integers, which will be 4. Which will be 8. So 2 plus 8 will be equals to 10, the end address will be 100 plus to 10 and equals to 110. Okay, so next thing is linked list. Linked lists are the list of structure which we call nodes. Notice the particular points in the list. In the general form of linked list is contained by numbers of variable, in which this case is one variable in it, and the pointer that point to the next node. So I will explain what pointer is. The pointer is a variable that stores the address. Like in this case, we want to store the address of the variable that is named data. So it will contain the value of head starting address is 100. The pointer itself takes 8 bytes to be consumed. So in this, if we want to store the data variable, it will have to contain the value of 1897. Okay, so the memory is in the linked list is counted as sum of the data in the list and the pointer itself. So in this case, there are two variables, so one character, one integers, and one pointers. So character is 1 byte, integer is 4 bytes, and pointer is 8 bytes. So each node will consume 13 bytes. So in example, if I have 6 node in list, it will consume 13 times the number of node is 6, it will equals to 78 bytes.
Okay, array with linked list. We will compare between array and linked list. Array is static memory, which means that if you declare it, it fixes the size of the array. You can't just change it. You can simply change it. You can change it, but it's not easy. It's hard to do, so we won't do that. And then the linked list is a type of the dynamic memory, which means that you can change the size of linked list. For example, in C language, we will implement the array like this. This is mean the type of the data. This means integer, and then the name of it, and then the size. Right? If you declare, you can change the size of it. And then the linked list, you implement the first node, right? Like this, you assign the data. And then if you want to add another node, you can add by implement another node and then link it by make the pointer of the first node, this node, point to the address of this node. And then you can do this forever until your memory runs out. Okay, the pros, array take few memories and easy to implement. For example, if you want to implement the array of integer like this, the memory it takes will be like 4 times 4, which is 4 is the number of elements, and then 4 is another 4 is the size of the integer, which means it will take up to 16 bytes, right? And then the linked list. It's dynamic data type. You can change the size. You can just add another node. You can delete it, right? That's cons. Array is a static data type. You can change it. I have said it before. And then linked list. It takes pretty large memory and harder to implement. Let me tell you that pointer is not easy to deal with, and it takes like 8 bytes. It's super large. Character take 1 byte, right? Integer take 4 bytes. And then the pointer take 8 bytes. It's large. Stack is a linear data structure that follows particular order in which the operations are performed. The order of the stack is usually last in first out, or we will call it shortly like LIFO. This, we have first node, right? And then another node, and then another node. For example, if we have this fourth node, we will write it like this: 1, 1, 5, 5, 9, and 4. If we want to add a node of the 10, we will make the 10 the top of the node that we have declared before, like this.